Welcome to the Minto Sports Complex for what should be a very, very good game we have in store tonight. The University of Ottawa GGs take on the Montreal Carabins. Montreal come into this one 3-0-1, losing to Concordia, the team that they are chasing on top of the RSEQ division. For the University of Ottawa, last time out they got their first win against crosstown rivals, the Carleton Ravens, in the Alerts Cup. The second time that event had been held, and now the record at 1-1. The GGs come in looking to continue their strong form. They're a team that has played very well against some tough competition this year. They're yet to lose a game by more than one goal. My name is Declan DeBartman. Joining me is Graham Naismith. Graham, it's good to have you back with me on the call. You left me last year, but it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good fun coming out to watch the women's teams in action. I was looking over the rosters, Declan. There's some new names on both sides. Only a few names that I recognize from my 5 previous years of working in the RSCQ. But you know, it's always good to see some continuity and also some new faces. And both of these teams have some first-year players who are really stepping up. And we've got 2 of them on the ice right now for Ottawa in Filion and Garot.
And don't forget Filiano Oben leading the RSEQ. 4 rookies in points as we get underway. That's Vi. Brings it around to Filion, coming for her at the point. She fans on it, and Tess Trevisan early as McLean. And the GG's on the cycle early. In net for both teams is Trevisan for Montreal. 1-0 on the season, a 1 goals against average, and a 9.32 save percentage. Taken down early, and the GGs are going to take a penalty here, but coming back the other way right now are the Carabins. Pouliot slides in. What a save by Walker, and that one pushed across the line, waving off is the referee. I didn't catch which Carabin player that was in on the breakaway. I believe it was MP Dubé who was in on the breakaway. Early action here as that puck crosses the line. The GG's going to get a penalty for interference. McLean going off to serve that, and nervy moments there for the GGs right off the hop.
Lots going on in this first minute, Declan. We saw a penalty at one end of the ice. Can't get the identity of the player who went off, but it was clearly a trip as the Carabin player was cleaned out. Actually, looks like it'll be interference, and now, or no, excuse me, they're going to give a penalty against the Carabin for interference. So we saw it was MP Dubé who broke in there. A nice save by Jenny Walker, standing tall in her goal, making the stop. And then there was a rebound opportunity for Raphael Pouliot, who tried to jam it in, but in doing so interfered with Walker. The official gets her, and so we're going to have 5-on-5 hockey as the Carabin negate their own man advantage.
Yeah, nervy moments there. The GG's really hopeful, really lucky to not concede early. That's something the GG's have really been successful with their first periods. They seem to skate with teams early on, and that's Gabou Perron just sending that puck into center. The GG's still at 5-on-5, as you mentioned. That's Bouchard. Bouchard chasing that one into the corner, and Duvin now smart cut away from Gabou Perron. She moves it up to Dubois. Dubois scored the opening goal the last time these two teams played against each other. That one finishing 2-1. Puck moved along the half wall and shoved out of the way as Nadeau by Bouchard, and the GGs will get that puck down the ice. There's Riom circling around her net and now through center. She'll dump that one in, but it's stopped by Bouillon, and she recycles it to her defense partner. Todd couldn't shift past LaBelle, and the Carabin are back in the zone. Krasinski behind her own net, but the puck only comes out to Garot. Pandemonium in the slot right there as the puck in the corner.
So we got Bouillon, who's down now, just getting to her feet. GG's were down a skater for a moment there.
Moved over, there's Nadeau. Nadeau scored her first RSEQ goal against the University of Ottawa. GG's the other goal scorer in that game. Back all the way to get it is Dubois. And LaBelle picks it up in the corner, trying to make her way out of her own zone. Good active stick there by Megan McGoggy. Out of the zone now as back come the Carabin. That's Germain. And Walker will easily grab that one.
Long stretch of uninterrupted play that time. Saw a couple of opportunities at either end, including one for the GGs where Sophie Garot, who, as you said, is tied for the rookie lead in points. She also has 4 goals. That's second in the league. She kind of had an opportunity to wheel in, but couldn't get the shot off and test Trevisan, who was very good the last time these two teams played, only giving up the 1 goal on 23 shots for what remains her only victory of the season.
And while those while it might have only been 23 shots, they were 23 high danger scoring chances. The GG's top line really went to work in that one. Dussault keeps it in, but that's Jure. Shoved over is Vi, nothing coming. And there's Daudelin. And there's Daudelin. Sent right back where it came from by Quinec. Walker out of her goal to settle it down for Vi. Through center are the GGs, but it's 1 against 4. Poirier now with the puck for the Carabin. Messy pass, but Chasson cleans up and gives it up to Quinec. Quinec over the line. Good shielding there by Waugh. Duvin in the corner now. She has Poirier at the point, but is able to maintain possession. Poirier taps it over to her partner, and that one on net, and that's one Walker will want back. It goes right through her 5-hole. I think it got deflected on the way, and it's 1-0 for the Montreal Carabin.
Yeah, not sure if that one was deflected or if Walker was screened. In any case, it goes right through the 5-hole. She couldn't get down fast enough to squeeze it. We'll have to see who they will credit that goal to, but there was a significant amount of traffic in front of Walker, and it's an early deficit that the GGs will have to come back from. A very similar situation to what we saw in the first game, Declan.
And that'll be, at least the one who celebrated was Lefebvre. If the goal is credited to her, it will be her first goal of the season, and as she's a first year, it'll be her first goal in the RSEQ. That one's sent for Krasinski to chase. Krasinski now on it behind her net, being harassed by a couple of Carabin. That puck knocked out of her grasp, but there's Garot. Garot turns back, has a couple of options, but elects to go with it herself until turning it over. There's Germain. Bouillon twisting and turning, trying to elude the check of a Carabin. This is something we saw much the last time these two teams played. It was a game that was played in the middle of the ice. Those board battles, not one that featured much in the last game, but on display right there. That one directed on net, but it was always going wide. Garot first to that one, but Poirier keeps it in. There's Labelle now, turning through center. She'll rifle that one. I don't think Walker saw it, but it hit her right in the head.
Now Walker did not see that shot coming through, and it got her pretty much right between the eyes and ends up bouncing into the corner. Alex Labelle, who was able to wheel in with the shot.
Miscommunication there from a couple of GGs, and there's Boulanger in the middle of the ice, twisting and turning, trying to get back into the zone. She's in there but has no support. Looks up, finds Nadeau, but puts that puck low. There's Pouliot. Vi trying to knock it forward to a teammate. That one goes off Pouliot in front and grabbed by Walker.
It's interesting you were mentioning board battles. That's really been the book on the Carabin for the past however number of years, is that you have to keep them away from the boards. If you keep the action in the middle of the ice and you try to outskate them, then you have an opportunity. But as soon as the game moves to the boards and moves to the physical areas of the ice, the Carabin will dominate. So that's something the GGs will be looking to exploit. And look, it's been the book on them for a while, so it's in their right to try to exploit it.
Nice couple of moves there by a Carabin, and that's Dubé into the middle for Pouliot, trying to turn. Shown away by Vi, and now that's her defensive partner in Daudelin making her way to center. Filion, 6 points, a very dangerous player for the GGs, first year. Can't get past the Carabin defender. And back the other way. GGs have to watch too many men. Daudelin was slow getting off. Melina Waugh smartly let that puck go. Todd making her way out, and there's Birkby. Birkby had a good season for herself playing with this player in Melody Bouchard. Bouchard tries to center it, and no one was there. Waugh right over to keep it in, but it's out now. That's Dubois at the GG's blue line. La Pensée struggles with that one and only finds Dubois. Birkby, attentive play to move it over to Bouchard, and that's Dosu. Dosu blows an edge. And puck around the boards. Dubois establishes it. Pass away from Duvin. And intercepted by Dubois. Dubois to Duvin. Birkby lines her up knee on knee. Nothing coming. There's Bouillon. And a shot there is blocked on its way through. Gabou-Perron turning, looking for her defenseman. Can't find it and sends it low. Todd looks up, notices that she has a defenseman in Krasinski who throws it on net. Faubert, though, with it now, and Duvin only out to Krasinski. Krasinski takes a shot. She had Todd right in front, and there's Gabou-Perron.
And Todd was right on the doorstep there, Declan. I don't think she realized just how much time she had, as it looks like the GGs will be going to the man advantage. Or there will be a penalty of some sort, but I don't think Todd in the front of the goal really realized how much time she had, as she was pretty much all alone there and kind of just tried to hack at the puck and ended up rolling into the corner after a smart point shot by Krasinski.
Estelle Duvin, the one who heads off to serve a slashing penalty, so the GG's power play gets to go to work. They were unsuccessful on both their opportunities last time these two teams played, but it's really heating up so far for the GGs, and look for their dangerous players in Fillon, Aubin, and Aubin to really make an impact here, including Melody Bouchard. You cannot forget about her.
The Carabins have been very good on the PK this season, as they usually are. They have not given up a power play goal. In fact, they may like being on the PK because they have more shorthanded goals scored than power play goals given up. So they are very good on the kill.
And the GGs failed to win that opening faceoff and haven't been able to get going the other way. A minute 30 left to go in this one. Garreau being harassed by Germain. And that pass eludes Melody Bouchard, and she's the furthest GG forward. She takes a tumble, and that puck sent right back down the ice.
That's something we've seen Bouchard do for years, where she just skates down, usually the far side of the rink, and she just flies down the ice with her head down. And other teams have become privy to it, and they're able to shut it down.
There's Aubin. Garreau, but that pass undersold here. It was a 3-on-2 for the University of Ottawa, and now it's a 2-on-1 back the other way. Dubé's pass just missed Boulanger, who would have been sprung free.
Looks like Boulanger would have actually been offside on that occasion, but some nice vision by Dubé to pick her out.
There's McLean. Knocks it forward to Todd, who had the earlier opportunity. Todd sends it in front. Didn't get a deflection on the way through, but the GGs have the puck in the zone. La Pensée. The GGs are set up. A slap shot there from La Pensée. That one always going high and wide. Todd. Nice move, but only into the path of Boulanger, and she'll take a penalty there. So 20 seconds of power play time left for the University of Ottawa, and a needless play there by Todd. A too aggressive one will send the GGs to 4-on-4 very briefly until the Montreal Carabins get the power play.
Easy pickings that time for the official, as Todd got a bit too aggressive on that play, and it pretty much negates what was left of the power play. And important here for the Carabins, they're just looking to win the draw, maintain control, and then get their extra player into the zone. And it looks like they've won the draw here.
Dubois won the draw, and here's Birkby. Birkby coming through center. 10 seconds left to go on that GG's, on the Carabin minor penalty, rather. Carabin not very good on their power play the last time these two teams met. They were 0 for 5. Out of the box comes Estelle Duvin, and there she is right now. Leaves it for La Pensée. Duvin twisting and turning. Faubert over to Poirier. Poirier throws it on, blocked by La Pensée. Thrown on and gloved there by Walker. We'll get a face-off in the GG zone.
Difficult save for Walker. She was sliding to her right and had to stretch back to her left, but she made light work of it, snaring it with the glove. Apart from the early miscue on the point floater, she has been good to go for the GGs.
And so Ban in for the University of Ottawa. And Dubois thrown out of the draw, so Duvin will have to take it. And she wins it. Over to Faubert. Carabin establish the puck in the zone. A minute 14 left to go on their power play. Faubert looks up, finds a teammate. That's Duvin. Duvin around the boards, looking for Dubois, eludes her, but Poirier over to grab it. That's Faubert. Faubert looks up, trying to find Dubois. Active stick there by Aubin. And the GG's back on it. There's Aubin. 6 points for her on the season. Gigi's best players out there on the ice right now in Aubin and Filion. Filion now, 40 seconds left to go, pins that puck against the boards. I don't think she realized she lost it, and back come the Carabin. There's Dubois. Good aggressive penalty killing by Bouchard forces them backwards. And here's Duvin. That puck eludes her, and there's Daudelin. She takes a swing at it and misses. And Carabin back in the zone. 20 seconds left to go. Puck sent out front. Thrown on by Duvin. There was a scramble in front. I don't think Walker even had a chance if that one found any light. And there's Nadeau. Germain, one-touch passing, but that one in the feet of LaBelle and out of the zone. GGs have just about killed this one off with 4 seconds left to go. 9 minutes left to go in the first period.
Nice work on the kill by the GGs. And now Bouchard with a nifty move starts up ice.
And in too early is Todd. Just seems a step off tonight as Bouchard hesitated going into the zone.
Nice killing by the GGs as the Carabin really were not able to quite get set up on that occasion. And even when they were, they didn't seem calm and in control as the GGs were really able to put the pressure on the Carabin players. And they were able to deal with Dubois, who is really, she's a physical force. She stands at about 5'10", and they were able to deal with her. And sometimes she's just too much for opposing teams to handle.
And Graham, one thing to note, Yannick Avola stepped down as GG's head coach a little bit early on today. Behind the bench is Chelsea Grill. She's been with the team for quite some time. Started with the team in 2017, and a player and a coach who has won a lot in her time. An NCAA Div 3 champion, a U Sports champion with McGill. So definitely in some safe hands, but a lot of changes here for the GGs tonight. Pouliot in the zone now, and there's Dubé. Turning to avoid the check of La Pensée, and she's able to move it on to Pouliot. Pouliot shoved over, but she's able to get it to Dubé. Behind the net now, looking in front, she finds Germain. And Walker attentive to grab that one.
Marie-Pierre Dubé, Val d'Or, Quebec, has looked very dangerous tonight. She seems to be all over the ice, or at least whenever she's on the ice, it seems like she's making a difference. Right there, we saw her set up kind of in the office behind the goal and just wait, and then picked out a nice pass. It was a loose puck in the slot, and sometimes that's all you want if you're just looking to jam one home on a goaltender like Walker.
That draw won by the Carabin. That one over to Poirier. Poirier with a clean shot. Shannon Walker not in the great position, but she makes the save. Megan McGoggy trying to push that one out of the zone, but can't. Chase on it. Sent back for another try for McGoggy, closed off at the line. That's Dondo who closed it off, and here's Poirier. Poirier had a GG in her shooting lane and recycles possession to Chasson, who turns it over. Aubin to McGoggy. McGoggy over the line. Throws a muffin on net and is taken down, and the GGs will go to the power play. 7 minutes, 32 seconds left to go in the first period, and the GGs get their second opportunity on the power play.
Yeah, the arms have certainly been going up today, Declan. What is this? This must be the 5th penalty that's been called already in this period. Neither team has been able to break through. But that one, again, it was a pretty clear-cut call as McGoggy tried to move in, got the shot off, and then was dumped and smashed into the boards for her effort. As it looks like it's Kim Poirier, the 5th-year veteran, heading off for the Carabin.
Yeah, and once again, the GG's power play didn't really get a chance to set up on the last time, but they've got some dangerous options out there. Aubin in the draw. Facing off is Duvin, and she'll win it. Riom just pushes that one around the boards, and on it now is Garreau. Daudelin and one-touch passing there, and Aubin is on it. 6 points for her, leading all rookies in points. Looking for a pass now is Garreau, but can't, and there's a stick in the way. That one only as far as Daudelin. Aubin fans on her pass, and Duvin sends it into the bench. Not what she wanted to, just wanted to get that puck down the ice, and that face-off will stay in the zone.
GG's rolling with 3 first-years on their power play. The likes of Alice Filion, Sophie Garreau, and as you mentioned, Aubin, who was very active on that occasion. And here we see another first-year out there taking the draw, and Jade Todd.
And she's thrown out of the dot there is Jade Todd. Gabou-Perron will come in to take that one, facing off against LaBelle, and she'll lose it. GG's have struggled on the draw tonight. Germain can't control it, and La Pensée in deep to collect that one. Todd out to collect that one, but LaBelle will circle back into her zone. And down takes a weird bounce off the boards. couple of GGs collide, and LaBelle will have a chance to go forward. She passes it off to Germain. Good block there, and a stick in the face, and a GG has remained down. Back up is Melina Waugh, though, and smart play there by LaBelle to head out and waste some more time. A minute left to go in this power play. Gabou Perron's pass finds Waugh. Melina Waugh, longtime captain of the GG, sends a puck on net, directed into the corner by Trevisan. Gabou Perron looks up, finds Daudelin. Daudelin, that one blocked by Faubert. Daudelin back on it. Good vision to find Todd at the point. That one sent back post. A fantastic pass there by Todd. And the GGs tie this one up at 1.
Not sure the identity of who's getting it. I think it may be Godbout Perron, but the credit should go to Jade Todd as she was able to fire a pass backdoor. Trevisan really no opportunity, and it was a pinpoint accurate pass for Jade Todd. Taking a look at the replay here. No, we're not taking a look at the replay as with 6 minutes to go, the GGs even it up, and you know what? They were in this game pretty much from the out, Declan.
And I think that you're exactly correct with the identity of the goal scorer in Gabou Perron, and that'll stand as her first. But as you mentioned, all credit going to Todd. 2 points in 2 games for herself.
It was number 10, Godbout Perron, who put it home back door.
Some good hand-eye, too. I think that pass still in the air when she knocked it in. Also, don't forget, sometimes the secondary assist is a needless one after a player goes all the way, but that one, a fantastic pass by Waugh to find Todd at the point. Dondo sends that one forward and into the GG zone. Vi off to chase. Boulanger confuses to where that puck exactly is. There's a couple of bodies in and around until she establishes it. Looking up for Dubé. And Vi back behind the net once again. Looking for Dosu, who will shuffle it on out of the zone. And there's Boulanger. 1-1 in this hockey game. 5 minutes left to go in the first period. Sloppy pass there from Bouillon. And there's Boulanger. Cuts back, waiting for some support until she'll fire it on. Shannon Walker has really struggled to track that puck tonight. Only featuring in one other game.
The Carabins have fresh legs out there, as it was Boulanger who really put in a shift, getting it into the zone and holding the puck. And almost mercifully now the GGs will get a whistle. And we'll take a look at this replay here, Declan, of the goal. As we can see, you credited Waugh correctly. And there's Todd with a nice throw back door. And Godbout Perron made light work of it, putting it past Trevisan, who was left with no chance.
12 goals so far for the GGs. It took them until January 1st to score 11 goals last season, so the offense firing on all cylinders this year.
And you mentioned the games have been tight. They've only lost, one game by more than 1 goal. They've only lost by 1 goal this season. And you know what? They're in these hockey games, and sometimes it's just a matter of having that one player who will step up in the key situations.
And it seems like they found 2 very good recruits for them in Fillon. And there she is right now, rifling that one on net. Or sorry, that was La Pensée who rifled that one, Bouillon. Or no, sorry, it was Fillon who rifled that one on net. And in the corner now is McLean. Fillon back on it, but dispossessed by Duvin. Looks up, finds her captain. Oh, captain, my captain, here comes Dubois. Collected by Fillon, looking for Todd, who blew a tire in the middle of the ice, and the GG's recycle possession. La Pensée into the board area as both teams scrap away for it. 3 GGs, 3 Carabins, and there's a turnover there by Krasinski. Falling to the ice, though, is Dubois, unable to take full advantage of that turnover, but back on the puck now are the Carabins, centered. That was Kaylee Quinek, or Jure, rather, who was waiting to receive that pass. It just bounced over her stick.
It was a nice saucer feed from Lefebvre, who was able to get it through to Jure, as you mentioned. As that puck, right through that blue paint. It almost eluded Trevisan with 3 minutes to go in the first.
A little bit too much trust there from Trevisan on the puck. That puck was bouncing very dangerously on the La Pensée dump in as she moves it up to Gabou Perron. Perron circling back under the check of Lebel. Waugh to the boards. And collected by Aubin, who leaves it for Gabou Perron, the goal scorer. That one hammered down into the zone by Gabou Perron. Trevisan out to collect with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Garon looks up, looking for a teammate, but will take her time. This one over to Jarret. And gloved by Walker.
It's been a fairly even first period, all things considered, Declan. And, you know, coming in on paper, Carabin, they're ranked second in the nation. They should be winning this game if you believe the rankings. But this has been a very, very even game, and I think this could be a statement game for the Ottawa GGs if they're able to make some noise against Les Bleus.
The last game these two teams played against each other went very similar to this one. It was a very free-flowing game. It was run and gun for the first and second until the Carabin were able to establish their cycle play in the third and really drove home their win against the GGs. GGs looking to flip the script here as Bouchard turns away.
And again, we mentioned that earlier in the period, Declan. You cannot let the Carabin take it to the boards and cycle the puck. That's where they will beat you. And really, I can't remember too much board play early on in this hockey game. As the GGs have done a nice job keeping the puck in the middle of the ice and letting their speed do the work.
And that's exactly what they have to do, Graham. But board battle ensues until Vi is able to shuffle it onto the half wall. Kept in by Nadeau. Nadeau finds Quinek. That one blocked in front by Vi.
Vi had to make that block because I don't think Walker saw the puck, or if she did, it would have been too late to get to it. So Vi sacrifices the body and perhaps saves a goal.
Quinek, the Swiss international, did a very good job of finding herself in some space to get that shot away as Garreau chases Chasson into the corner. Smart play to move it on to Nadeau, who moves it up to Boulanger. Little nutmeg on Todd as she moves that puck forward, and over to collected is MP Dubé. Into the zone now, Dubé. Magagi shows her to the corner. So we're into the last minute of play here. Krasinski knocks it on to Garreau. Up to Todd, who mishandles it, and Kim Poirier passes it back up to Dubé. Bouillon turning. Looks up and leaves the puck for her defensive partner. Knocks it on to Todd. The press being brought on by the Carabin as they force another mistake in the middle of the ice, but cleaned up by Krasinski, and that's up to Megan Magagi. Sudbury, Ontario native just throws that one on net. Trevisan, no trouble there. She's down to the butterfly. Magagi gets her stick tied up as she was trying to find a puck that was lying dangerously in the slot. That's Aubin looking for Magagi, but only turns it over. And Boulanger behind her net with 10 seconds left to go. To Pouliot as the seconds tick away, and she gets it out of the zone, and that'll just about do it for the first period. So 1-1 here at the Minto Sports Complex. A very entertaining period of hockey here, very free-flowing. Graham, your thoughts?
1-1, the correct scoreline, I'd say, after 20, and it's anybody's hockey game. It's been a very even first period. I think both teams will have wanted to take advantage of the special teams a bit more, but ultimately, this is exactly what the GGs want. They wanted to remain in the game and keep the puck off the boards, and that's what we're seeing early on.
All credit goes to the GGs, as you say, but the Montreal Carabin never out of this one. A 1-1 hockey game as both teams go into the intermission. We will be back in about 18 minutes' time to bring you second half action. My name, Declan DeBarb, Graham Naismith on the call as well. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the second period of action here at the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBarp with Graham Naismith for what should be a very good second period. Both teams scored one goal in the first period to leave us at 1-1. It was a power play goal for the University of Ottawa to equalize things.
Yeah, it was actually the first power play goal of the season given up by the Montreal Carabins. They had been a perfect 17 for 17 heading into this game, and then I think they were 18 for 18 after an opportunity earlier in the matchup, and it was Marie Godbout-Perron getting the goal after a nice feed from Jay Todd. And the Carabins actually opened the scoring with Mylène Lefebvre getting the goal. It was her first goal of the career, as they're saying that she got a deflection on the point shot by Brianne Dondo, the second-year player out of Winnipeg. And that's how we're at right now, Declan.
Yeah, it was week one on Walker, but she settled in after that, made a couple of key saves early on as we get ready to go here as that puck is dropped in the faceoff, won by Boulanger to get things going. There's Dubé. It's a board battle ensues, and Pouliot is the victor there. She knocks it forward into the zone. Now is Dubé. And Pouliot circles back, looks for her teammate, and then gets knocked down. Dondo at the point, and that one goes wide. Coming back as MP Dubé tries to get into the middle of the ice as she does. But that shot goes wide, and Pouliot back on it. Early pressure here from the Carabins. Dondo. Down for Boulanger. Harassed by Vi. Vi from the Northwest Territories, and shout out to Delaney and Kyle as that one moved forward by Aubin and collected by Dondo. Cross ice feed to Germain. She gets knocked down by Daudelin. Nothing coming as there's Vi back on it. Cross seam pass looking for Melody Bouchard, and it finds her. Bouchard over the blue line as she charges forward. Throws that puck on and deflected into the glass there by Trevisan. No-look pass and a dangerous one to Melody Bouchard. Almost at 100 points, 89 on the season, on the career rather. That one comes to La Pensée, who just sends it right back down low. As once again sent down low by Waugh. Deflected by LaBelle. She tries to move it up and finds Germain. It comes to her. She has a couple of options back post, including LaBelle. Pass finds no one. And there's Nadeau who fires it on. Deflected behind by Walker. La Pensée stick checked, and there's Germain in the high slot. LaBelle trying to shove that one home. Walker equal to it, and she'll get her glove on that one.
Walker bails out La Pensée after it was a bad turnover, and Walker was able to stay with that play that saw the dangerous Alex LaBelle as well as Annie Germain bearing down on her. And you mentioned Melody Bouchard gunning for 100 career regular season points. That is incredibly difficult to achieve because a player in the RSEQ only gets 100 career regular season games, 20 games times 5. So that is an incredible mark to reach. And you mentioned she'll need 11 more to reach that mark. And, you know, it's a bit of a work, but it's certainly within reach.
There's Todd. She turns it over. Riom sends it right back up to her captain in Dubois. Dubois, as I already mentioned, had a very good game the last time these two teams faced off. There's Megan Magagi. Magagi trying to find Todd. Once again, only throws it on to Trevisan. Calmly deflects it into the corner. Krasinski pinching, sends that one down low. Chasing Estelle Duvin behind the net. She chips it forward. That one's sent in the general vicinity of the net by Bouillon and collected by a Carabin. And Nadeau sends it forward and out. Bouillon moves it over to her defensive partner in Krasinski. Looks up harassed by a couple of Carabin until Todd sends it all the way down the ice. Birkby on to it. Collected by Dubois. Dubois has been out there for an awfully long time as she looks up and finds Duvin, who chips it out of her zone and sent right back in by the GGs. An uninterrupted play to start this second period as Birkby's knocked down, and there's Duvin. She easily walks by and moves it over to Dubois. Dubois on the backhand. And a great save once again by Walker, who started this period sharp.
Correct, you are, Declan. Another nice save by Jennifer Walker. We'll take a look at the replay right here, as it was Dubois who was cutting in after a real nice feed. And it was a 200-foot play, because that's Dubois starting it right there. And I don't think we have the replay cut exactly where we want. Maybe it wasn't a 200-foot play. We'll get back over here. Nonetheless, a nice save by Walker after a nice bit of work to spring Dubois.
Bouchard wins that one, reunited with Filion. Chelsea girls reuniting two very big players for the University of Ottawa. McLean sends it in, but only finds Faubert until Vi collects it after she was shut off. Chasson now intercepting a pass from a University of Ottawa defender and sends it forward, but only into the bench of the University of Ottawa. She was looking for Kaylee Kinneck, the Swiss native.
Good thing it hit Bob Bose there on the bench, because if it didn't, it would have been off the glass and it would have been something on a 2-on-1 for Les Bleus. And Bob Bose, oh, look at him. He's happy on the bench. He got into the action. He's been around forever. Volunteer of the Year a few years ago in youth sports, I do believe. Bob Bose, the equipment manager.
That one thrown on by Filion after a scrambled draw. And calmly moved forward by Kim Poirier. Now it's up to Boulanger. Head full of steam. She has Pouliot cutting to the middle. Boulanger looks up and finds Dondo. Dondo, number 11, throws it on, blocked by Filion. Lena Waugh behind the net, trying to win that puck back from Dubé until it's turned over by Boulanger. The GGs have really struggled to make their crisp passes out of the zone to start this second period, and it's put them in a lot of trouble. There's Boulanger, a good turn to elude McLean rather. That one sent on and attentive by Jennifer Walker. She had to be. She kicks that one out into the slot and behind the net now, and there's La Pensée. La Pensée off the boards but kept in by Poirier. She's doing a heroic job to keep it in, and Waugh's forced to turn backwards. That one forward to Melody Bouchard. Bouchard head full of steam as she tries to cut around Dondo. She finds Gabou Perron, who sends that one wide. Collected by the GGs, and there's Bouillon. That one fired on right into the crest of Trevisan, who's been equal to that one. And she freezes for a whistle.
Clavel was the one who was able to get the shot off, but it was right into the crest of Trevisan. One of the book on the Carabin is, apart from taking it away from the boards for them, is they really do not beat themselves. They're a very heady team, and they're not about to crumble under any sorts of pressure.
Here comes Garand. She centers it for Germain. It was a bad pass by Gabou Perron that sprung the Carabin the other way, but dealt with by the GGs. Another board play, but good play there by Krasinski. Intercepted there by Nadeau, and it's collected by Germain, who moves it up to Labelle. Tries to shield around Bouillon, and she does as she gets to the corner. Comes to Germain at the half wall, closed off by Clavel. And the Carabin seem to be first to every single puck. They seem to want it more in this second period as they try and find a goal that will put them ahead. Krasinski off the boards to Gabou Perron. She mishandles it, and Nadeau keeps it in. Great pass there by Labelle, and it comes out to the point. It was Riom who tried to have a shot, but it was blocked by University of Ottawa GG. Good pass finds Clavel. As she's over the line, she wound up to take a clapper and then only sends it behind the net. The GGs were tired. Needed a change.
A much-needed change from the GGs as Germain dumps it in. Now the Carabin are also getting a switch in. Here's where we see the long change really start to take its effect, and we'll see which team's able to capitalize and be able to weather the storm the most.
And as you mentioned, Graham, the long change in effect here, and it's usually the Carabin who are the beneficiaries of this. They like their board play as back comes Aubin. Aubin 6 points on the year, tearing it up for the University of Ottawa GGs, but that one easily controlled by Trevisan.
Easy pickings for Trevisan that time, and she's really established herself as a really solid goaltender in this league alongside Aubé Racine, who is they share the crease for the Carabin. And we remember a few years ago, Declan, how we were really blessed with just so many great netminders in the RSCQ. I remember at Université de Montréal, it was MP Chabot who was really standing on her head some seasons with just astronomical numbers. And at McGill, Trisha DeGear, of course, here, Modlevec Ryan, who was with this program for 5 years.
And there's Dubois over the line. She has Devin back to Dubois, and a great stick there by Vi as she was able to just knock it out of the path of Dubois, who had an empty net. Good give and go. Vi's lost her stick. And that puck comes to line. Poirier sends it in. It was a really dangerous opportunity. Once again, Vi without a stick. The GG's playing with 4.5 women out there as it's knocked forward to Magagi. They need to get this puck out of the zone, but great pressure here from the Carabin. Another board battle ensues. And Aubin tries to shove it forward, and it comes out of the zone. So disaster averted there, but it was a great chance for the Carabin. They've been all over the GG's in the second period. Lefebvre, the goal scorer. She turns it over, and there's Dubois. Can only find Melina Waugh, longtime captain for the University of Ottawa GG's. Forced into the boards area, but she tries to turn and fires that one on net. That one bounced right in front of Trevisan as Birkby takes her man into the boards. Forced backwards, that's Dondo, and she moves it over to her defensive partner in Poirier. Behind the net is Dondo. She looks up and finds Lefebvre. Forced back under the check of Birkby.
Carabin really look to be hemmed in here. They'll have to do something special to maneuver their way out of this pressure, as now Bouchard's on the case.
You have fresh legs for the University of Ottawa GG's here, but tired legs for the Carabin. Poirier twisting and turning, trying to elude the check of Birkby and Bouchard as they bring the press here. And that's Dubois. Once again, the GG's on that puck. Forecheck really digging in there as they try and establish the zone. It comes out. That's Fillon. Blocked adeptly by Lefebvre.
And that was the opportunity right there for Ottawa. It was Fillon flying in, her shot right into the leg of a Carabin defender, though. Now the puck out of the zone, and that's where we were talking about the long change. The puck was in the zone. Gigi's easily getting some players out there. Carabin completely hemmed in. Gigi's had a grade A scoring chance that if it was able to get past the leg of that Carabin player, could have spelled real trouble for the visitors.
And that's exactly the player you want on it. Alice Fillon has 4 goals on the year, including a hat trick last time out. That's Riom. Carabin now with a spell of pressure in the zone. Chasson trying to cut through. Her poke brings it to Kaylee Quinekin. That one fired on, and a firm shove there by Peltier as Walker freezes and both teams can get a change.
Peltier with a nice backhand. It's not easy to elevate that puck on your backhand when you're on your edges, and she was able to get some air under it. Unfortunately, it was right into the crest of Walker. And we haven't seen too many high-scoring games this year, Declan, at all in the RSCQ. Of course, the GGs have not been involved in too many of them. The Carabin actually come in with the best defense in the league, although they are second to the Concordia Stingers in the standings. And it looks like that's where we're going again tonight, halfway through.
That one up to Clavel, trying to get the angle on Dondo as she drives right to the net, but runs out of room. Run and gun action here as both teams really taking their chances. Gabou Perron trying to shove off Riom as she's knocked down to the ice, but gets right back up. Good fight there by Gabou Perron. Gabou Perron had a really good season for herself last year, playing on the wing of Melody Bouchard. There's Kaylee Quinek. Over the zone, she has Chasson with her. She dumps it in. Collected by Krasinski. Takes her time with it and moves it up to Bouchard. It was in her feet, and Faubert is forced to turn backwards.
Something we haven't seen. Whoop, turnover.
There's Bouchard looking for a pass. She had Garot in front but couldn't find her. There was a couple of Carabins standing in the way. Great hand-eye coordination, good stick handling there by Bouchard as she tries to move it forward. She looks up, has Vi, but elects to go down into the corner. Garot is on it now. And Boulanger with some fancy stick work herself to move it out. There's Dubé over the line. Dubé gets the angle on her opposite number. She throws it in front, no one home. Garot has it, and Megan McGoggy's making a rush up by. She couldn't find her and collected by Dubé. That's Pouliot, who's been all over the place. She's tripped up by Bouchard as she's eagerly on to that puck now, and it's moved over to Faubert, to Pouliot, number 91. In these Tampa Bay Lightning-style jerseys that I quite enjoy. For the Montreal Carabin, moved up. There's Boulanger. She's Pouliot in the middle. She tries to find her, blocked by Vi. It's been a very entertaining second period here at the Minto Sports Complex. 8 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in it. Boulanger turning, eluding the check of Vi. That one moved up by Aubin. but only to the stick of Dondo, and back come the Carabin. Here's Pouliot. Leaves it for Poirier, who leaves it for Labelle. Bell forced into the corner, and there, that's Jade Todd. Todd with a very nice feed to set up Gabou Perron for the GG's first and only goal in this game. Hard-stopping moments here as Kim Poirier picks it up. It's been a good spell of constant play here as the game really is free-flowing in itself. As I mentioned, the last time these two teams played, the same thing happened. It might have only ended a 2-1 game, and a bad turnover by Waugh. There's Labelle breaking in right into the glove of Jennifer Walker. She's been stellar after giving up that first one early, and she's needed to be in the second period.
A great save to our left, a good chance to our right earlier in the sequence, as we'll take a look at this breakaway from Clavel. Actually, we will not take a look at that breakaway. Oh, here we go. As it was Clavel who was able to break in. Looked like a nice defensive play by Kim Poirier to knock her off her edge. And then here's the chance from just moments ago. A nice glove save from Jennifer Walker. Back and forth action, whistles few and far between.
That's how I like it, Graham. As Dondo wins that puck and sends it out to the middle of the ice. Riom now with it. Gigi's bringing the forward check once again. Waugh now with it. She'll send it in off Riom. Icing's negated. Birkby into chase. Here's Riom wearing number 26 tonight. She's listed as number 9 on the roster. La Pensée moves it over to Birkby, but good hard forward checking here from the Carabin as the GGs are forced to play out of trouble. Good stick lift from Duvin. As Lefebvre now has it on the half wall. Turnover, Duvin tries a little toe drag there, can't get it past Melina Waugh, and there's Birkby. Lefebvre waits up as she had a teammate in offside. Tired legs for the GGs once again, and there's McLean. She has Bouchard with her. She goes for the pass. That one just out of the reach of Melody Bouchard. Sometimes you think maybe you got to take it by yourself. McLean really had a path to the net, and that one in some feet low along the ice, sent out in front by McLean until Dondo finds Lefebvre. Once again, tired legs for both teams out there. Lefebvre chips it deep. As the Carabin complete a change. Bouillon to McLean to Fillon. Fillon has Bouchard in the middle of the ice, and she finds her. Good back check there by Labelle, a 200-foot player.
Those were two wily veterans going at it, Labelle and Bouchard. Labelle got the better this time.
There's Garin. Round the net she goes. Cut off by Vi. Looking over her shoulder there is Elise Fillon. Quebec City. That one at the top of the slot, and it just bounces right over Germain's stick. She was all alone and would have had a great chance to fire that one on net. Just bounced over her stick, and there's Faubert. Covered in ice from the time she hit the deck a little bit earlier on. Clavel looks up, trying to find Gabou Perron, and it's up to Labelle. Germain, and back comes this very dangerous line for the Carabin. It's turned over, and Faubert moves it over to Jouret. That one dumped in. Thought that was beyond center, but the referee says no icing as this uninterrupted play continues. Poirier keeps that one in, and Dolan forced backward, trying to find Vi, only finds Gabou Perron. Gabou Perron knocks it past Dondo. And here's Todd. Jade Todd has been all over the place tonight. Into the middle for Gabou Perron. Todd was coming across, that puck laying dangerously in the slot, and the GGs send it in. Once again, that was Melina Waugh. And Germain, that pass just out of her reach by Boulanger. It would have been a 3-on-1. As Dondo moves it over to Poirier. Boulanger. Over the line, she has Dubé onto her side. She tries the backhand. Walker had no clue. That one bounced off her blocker and right into the middle of the ice. It's just trying to shove it forward is Aubin. She gets it out of the zone. Heart-stopping moments here. This period has flown by. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes left to go in the second period. There's Pouliot, number 91. Can't get past her opposite number in La Pensée. She turns it over, though, to Boulanger. And Pouliot behind the net. Moves it to Nadeau. Nadeau with the rifler and into the glove of Jennifer Walker.
That was a rifle right into the glove of Walker. And here's that scoring opportunity right in tight, loose puck. Again, it's Dubé causing trouble, a real thorn in the side of the GGs today. And that puck was there for the taking, but Ottawa was the first to it. And also, Declan, I have to say, I can't recall the last time we've seen an icing in this game. And that tells you a number of things. It tells you that the play is very high quality, few mistakes, but also very few stretch passes and more of lugging the puck into the zone. I think that's what we've seen today. Both teams content to carry it themselves to try to establish the zone.
Yeah, Graham, in both defenses. This one is Megan McGaughey, misplayed by Riom. She hits Trevisan in the mask, and once again, another breakaway. A lot of defensive mishaps by both teams. There's Garot using some fancy footwork, trying to move it over to Aubin. Riom first to it. Once again, you can't stop for a single minute here in this game. Both teams really going for it. That's Kanek. Kaylee Kanek rifles that one on. It was going high and wide. Peltier over to collect it. But it's taken away by Bouchard. She is Megan McGaughey, Sudbury, Ontario native. Can't find it in her feet. And Krasinski tries to send that one into the zone, and it's blocked off by a Carabin. Up in front, and Trevisan lost the puck. It was Dosu, I believe, who threw that one on into the pad. It bounced up, and Trevisan lost that one. Lucky it didn't bounce in behind her. Nadeau is able to get it to Riom, who moves it up to Kanek. Kaylee Kanek's pass only finds Vi. That was in her feet as Chasson was bearing down on her. Daudelain turns it over. A silly mistake, and Duvan from the slot, she fans on it. She tried to clap her, but couldn't connect with it.
A look at the play earlier from Megan McGaughey. She was just able to pick the pocket of a Carabin player right in there. And as you said, Declan, it hit the mask, or actually the hanging neck protector of Trevisan, deflected up and over. But another high-quality scoring opportunity. We've seen a couple of them, and I get the sense it's only a matter of time before someone breaks through.
That one blocked by Filion. Faubert tried a point shot. And Vi first to it. She looks up, finds McLean. And Vi hammers it down into the zone. Faubert in to collect. Moves it up to Lefebvre. Misses her pass on Duvan. And sloppy play once again as both teams try and exit the zone. This time now it is controlled by Duvan and out. One goes off Todd. And back with McLean. Puck got caught up in the snow that's collected around the bench and settled down nicely for her. There's McLean. She's made a number of high-quality plays as she's cutting around the zone. There's a GG down there. I believe it's Filion in the crease, but pounced on by Trevisan.
Filion definitely in the blue paint and right up in the grill of Trevisan that time. And, you know, in the international game, that's a penalty. And I find that kind of interesting. They call it the trap door, and they really do enforce that crease. How often do we really see a crease violation called in the NHL anymore, or in any type of hockey that's not international hockey? It's a rule that definitely can change the game.
Gabou Perron trying to go 5-hole. That one settled down nicely after another scramble draw. Melina Waugh. Gigi's back on the press. Aubin trying to find backdoor. She had Clavel. Her stick was all tied up. Back comes Labelle. She's first to it. Has a defenseman in front in Poirier until it's controlled by Gabou Perron and moved up to Waugh. Defenseman leading the charge. Melina Waugh looks up, trying to find a teammate. Can't do it, blocked by Kim Poirier. Moved over to her defensive partner in Dondo. Fired off the boards and up to Labelle. She looks up and finds Germain on the near side. Misplay by Lapense gives Germain the angle, and she fires that one right in the chest of Jennifer Walker, the transfer from Carleton University in her second year with the University of Ottawa GGs.
Walker played the angles very well as Germain was skating in on the partial break. It looked like she may have had an opportunity high glove side, but Walker had the angles played right into the crest. Easy pickings for Walker, who has made a couple of nice saves for the GGs, but a lot of the time it's come down to her positioning.
And she's needed to be strong in this one as Garot chases that puck all the way down the ice. And here's Melo Bouchard. Centering it, trying to find Garot, but she can't. Until it's collected by Dubé and sent only as far as Bouillon. Nadeau turns around and finds Boulanger, who's been all over the place in this game. Number of Carabin players who has impressed, turning and weaving as she moves it up to Dubé with a clapper. That one off one part of Jennifer Walker. I believe it was off her head. That shot had a lot of power, and here comes Melody Bouchard. 16 seconds left to go. Chance for this one last rush. Bouchard over. Can't be controlled by Vi, the defenseman, stepping up in the play. As Vi over to take it, 3 seconds left to go. She just needs to shoot, and she's getting the claims from the bench, and that one hit MP Dubé in the hand. She looks a little worse for wear for that one. One hit her, I believe, right in the glove as play expires here in the second period. Heart-stopping moments at both ends. Both goalies have had to be good in this one, and they have been, Graham.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the deadlock has not been broken yet, because there's been plenty of opportunities on either side, plenty of high-quality, dangerous opportunities on either side, and we've said it before, and I think we'll say it again. It's only a matter of time until someone breaks through. It's just a matter, I don't think it's a matter of who gets the third goal in this game, Declan. I think it's a matter of who gets the goal after that, because that will be the difference between if it's a 2-goal lead or a tie game. Again, I think we'll see 4 goals in this game in regulation. We've seen 2 of them already. We'll see 2 more in the third period. It's just a matter of who gets them.
Bold predictions, Graham, but the way that this game is going, I wouldn't be surprised. Both teams really going full tilt in this one. Don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn. It's been a very good second period, and expect that to continue into the third. 15 minutes intermission this time, so get whatever you need and then come right back for this one. As you can see there, the number 16 for the University of Ottawa, Gigi's Kate McLean, has been all over the place tonight as the Gigi's and Carabin come back out on the ice. She had a number of good opportunities for herself, but that said, it's been a very open game, especially in that second period. We're still tied at 1, just moments away from third period action here at the Minto Sports Complex. Still tied at 1 between the Montreal Carabin and the University of Ottawa. Graham, your thoughts just very quickly before the puck gets dropped.
Well, I think we're going to see a goal, at least one in this third period, and I don't think we're going to see a spectacular goal. I think it's going to be a goal that comes off of maintained zone time, very similar to what we saw the first two goals, where they were kind of either a shot or a pass from the point that kind of found its way into the crease or into the low slot and was jammed home. I don't think we're going to see any large amounts of skill that find their way into the back of the net. Granted, both of these teams are capable of that. But I think it's just going to be, here we're going to see which team is clutch, because this is a close game. Either team can take it. So let's see which team has it.
Aubin and LaBelle in the draw, and LaBelle wins. She's is another player that's been all over the place, had a number of golden opportunities, and this one just can't. Neither team can really buy a goal in this one, as that's Riom sending that puck deep in on net. Nervy moments there for Walkers. It bounced right in the high slot, but she directs it in behind her own net. And Vi once again on the puck. She's been stout for the Gigi's today and has been all over the place. It's Kim Poirier with it, and McLean, number 16, as we mentioned, trying to find Fillon, who was in stride just beyond Kim Poirier. She needed to make that interception, and Vi cutting in front of her net, looking for Fillon. Fillon will put a burst of speed to beat Nadeau and beat out the icing. Fillon in there all alone and loses out to Nadeau. The pass misses everybody, and here comes an icing call. I can't recall a single one, and I'm pretty sure that is the first one of the game.
Yeah, it just speaks to the quality of play and also the style of play. And we mentioned the name of Kaya Vi quite a bit today from the Northwest Territories, and only the second player I can ever recall from the Territories playing in the RSEQ. The other one was a defender for McGill named Michelle Daigneault. She was from Yellowknife, and she graduated in 2015 after 5 years, and you don't see a whole lot of players come out of the Northwest Territories. Vi, of course, one of the exceptions, along with Daigneault.
There's Gabou Perron, lone goal scorer for the University of Ottawa. That puck, though, comes out to center, and La Pensée on it. She sends it in, and Trevisan watches it into the corner. Nadeau cut off there by Gabou Perron. Gigi's trying to reestablish the cycle play that they had in that second period, but comes out, and Duvan now with it. A head full of steam, gets past La Pensée, and that one didn't trouble Walker, but it looked like she didn't track it as well as she would have liked to. Duvan sealed off by Melina Waugh. And Melody Bouchard now, head full of steam, all alone. Nice little through the legs movement. A great cut in Dubois. Bouchard cut right into the slot there, really unchallenged. No one really stepping up to take control of that situation, as she almost had a great chance there. Bouillon sends it deep, and Trevisan plays it. Leaves it for Dondo, who moves it over to Jure. And Dubois now through center, shielding Todd as she's shoved to the ice. Battled in. And Bouillon on it once again, looking up, trying to find a Gigi, but only finds a black shirt. There's Lefebvre, the other goal scorer in this game. Firm collision there as both teams head to the boards. Comes out for Magagi, who no-look passes it to Garreau, and she gets a step. Just loses it on Boulanger, who comes back the other way. She has Dubé with her. That one in her feet, though. And play recycled there. Dodlan to Vi, whose pass just eludes Birkby. D to D there, and Poirier mishandles it. Dosu rather. That one moved over. And collected by Pouliot, who will send that one back out to center. Dodlan rifles it in, but only as far as Poirier. Dosu now with it. She has Aubin in front. couldn't find the stick of Aubin, and that one out all the way to center ice as Daudelain collects.
We learned at the intermission, Declan, that the GGs are only rolling with 17 skaters tonight. 11 forwards, is they're missing a centerman, we believe. And speaking of 17 for Ottawa, Christine Daudelain has been quite quiet tonight. Usually a steady presence out there, not someone you necessarily notice all the time, but tonight she's been particularly quiet. Perhaps she'll break out in this third period and help break the deadlock.
It's a very good rookie season. Did she playing alongside Cassidy Herman, did Daudelain, as that one moved up to McLean. She turns it over, and there's Chasson. Chasson into the zone, leaves it for Knecht. She had a really good chance earlier in and around that area, but fires it once again into the foot of Melina Waugh. Bouchard through center, leaves it on to McLean, and she's taken down. That was Nadeau who collided with McLean. Bouillon leaves it for her captain, who misplays it. She wasn't expecting that, but no Carabin on the scene to take advantage of it. Waugh up to McLean. Number 16 has been all over the place in this third period. Sends a muffin on net and easily controlled by Trevisan.
Well, we were talking about how we have not seen many icings in this game, and since that first period, we have not seen many penalties either. Not a single penalty to speak of in the second period, and nothing so far here 5 minutes into the third.
And as you mentioned, Graham, with 15 minutes left to go in this first period, the GG's goal coming on the power play, and that being the first power play goal the Carabins have given up this season. That one lofted forward, and Krasinski collects. Just closed off by Garot, sorry. And it's recycled over to the far side for Faubert. And Todd now in it. Trying to leave it for Bouillon, but she only finds Germain. Turning and firing is Krasinski out of the zone, looking for Gabou Perron, and there's Labelle. Collected by Gabou Perron as she turns back into the check of Germain and fires a pass over to Clavel. Clavel dumps it as she was out there at the end of a long shift. And the ball cross ice until it's shut off by Daudelain. And here's Garot. Garot has Aubin in front, and she tries to find her, and once again, just can't get her stick on it. There's Daudelain, and that's in the back of the net. It's a scrappy goal there, created by Daudelain at the point and sent on net.
Well, we said mere moments ago that we have not said the name of 17 for the GGs too much, and we speculated maybe she would help break the deadlock, and she certainly did there. A nice play at the point. After earlier, way back at her own blue line, she helped create that play. It was a strong stick, knocking the puck away from the Carabins. Moments later, we see this as they're able to move into the zone. You said it was Garot moving it out. There's Daudelain putting it wide. Bouncing puck jammed home. Daudelain gets the primary assist on the goal. And that was the big play we were expecting. Declan.
And rightly so. She just made a fantastic stand-up play, and then a very nice pass as Garot gets her second goal and third point of the year. 2-1 for the University of Ottawa. This is the scoreline. The game finished last time these two teams faced each other. That pass eludes Bouchard, who takes Duvin hard into the boards. Nothing coming. Bouchard turning and finding Vi. Her pass undersells Birkby, but Birkby able to get the puck out. A strong stick lift there by Dubois as she recycles it back to Riom. Riom and Poirier out there together. Lefebvre cuts into the middle of the ice, not closed down by Lapensée, but blocked by the stick of Lapensée. Duvin cuts out backhander wide of the net. Bouchard collects it down below her own goal line, cycles it to her captain, and there's Birkby. Birkby, good stick, but oversells Waugh there. Doesn't have the legs for icing as Poirier finds Boulanger. Boulanger very impressive in this game so far. And there's Dubé. Dubé has Pouliot in front. She was calling for it. It was Boulanger. Over Dubé. Tried the wraparound, but just couldn't get enough angle on that one to direct it on net as that's Dondo being harassed by Filion. Filion sends it in front. She had McLean, and there's off the post. That was Todd. Jay Todd looking for her second goal in as many games. Filion and Todd two players who scored against Carleton in their 4-1 win to win the Alerts Cup. And here's Boulanger. Boulanger has Pouliot. Krasinski closing down Boulanger. She gives her enough time. And that one right into the crest of Jennifer Walker.
We speculated at the end of the second that, of course, the next goal is a big one, but we thought that the fourth goal of this game is really going to be important because that will either give a team a 2-goal lead or it will draw it even. So the next goal here is absolutely paramount in this hockey game. If the GGs can get it, I think they can feel confident with their defensive abilities to hold off the Carabins, as good as they are offensively. And if the Carabins can draw even, look out, because they're a team that really rides the momentum and they're not going to beat themselves.
Yeah, both teams bringing their best play tonight for the Minto Sports Complex. This is the only game the GGs have to play this weekend, as that one's sent deep for Germain to chase. Trying to center is Germain. No Carabin home. As that one lofted to center by Clavel. As Faubert, nice elusive play to shift past Aubin and through center. That play up to Aubin. She has Gabou Perron with her. Elects to go herself. She had space on the near side there. Trevisan cheating a little bit, but over to clean up. That one deflecting the high slot by Gabou Perron once again. She's been all over the place, and some shoving in front of the net. That was Gabou Perron. Didn't like the treatment by Faubert, and the GGs have another good chance to score right there.
A couple of nice opportunities. Short side for the Garnet and Gray, and it was Trevisan who was able to fight off both opportunities, staying tight to the post and just knocking it wide.
Cheating a little bit there was Trevisan, but over just in time. 11 minutes, 40 seconds to go as we have a face-off to the right of Trevisan. It's Bouchard in to take this one. Blender being brought out. That's Garreau and Magagi with her. Chelsea Girls taking over the program today in her first game as Magagi cuts to the net. She tried to get the wrap on it, but that puck just out of her reach. GG's really pushing for this third goal here that would put them up by 2. That's Poirier. Moves it up to Duvin, who knocks it on to her captain. Dubois with a head of steam. Tries to get around Daudelin. Good stick check there by Daudelin to disrupt it. And Boulanger looks up, trying to find Dubois. And Vi knocks it forward to Garreau. Garreau fires it into her own bench. And we'll get a whistle here.
We saw Dubois, the captain, trying to take it in herself. I'm not convinced that the next goal is going to be a big individual effort. Certainly players on the ice on both teams. You look at Labelle, you look at Dubois and Bouchard for Ottawa, certainly have the skill to do it themselves, but I think we're going to see the next goal, if there is one, be very similar to the first three, where it's just maintained zone pressure, it's something thrown towards the goal and not properly dealt with.
That one's sent forward, and it takes an active bounce, and Nadeau tried to keep it in the zone but couldn't, and that's Melina Waugh. Waugh being harassed by Chasson and interrupted by Dubé. Strong, firm stick there by La Pensée. It's a battle at center, and Dosu is able to knock it forward. Dondo turning and firing and finding Pouliot. Waugh loses the puck in her skates, and coming forward to sweep up is La Pensée. This one would be a big character win for the GGs if they can maintain. They only have the one win on the season. They have 13 new bodies and 11 ones who have dressed. As that one too easy for Pouliot to coast into the middle, but closed off by Dosu. And she shoves that puck out of the zone. Closed off by Birkby. As that one sent up. All kinds of confusion and shouts for too many men on the ice. There's Faubert. She lost that one on net, and Walker corrals that one with 10 minutes left to go in the third period.
There's been a handful of sloppy changes for the University of Ottawa. That was one of them, as they only got their fifth skater out there when the puck was pretty much in the corner. And we mentioned the penalties already, Declan. We haven't seen one in well over a half hour of playing time, I'd say. And, well, yeah, it's definitely well over a half hour of playing time. We've now reached the midway point of this third period, exactly 10 minutes on the scoreboard. Could we see another penalty in this one? I think that would really make for a nice white-knuckle finish if we do.
GG's penalty killers have been quite good in that, and that's Krasinski closing off Labelle. That one into the middle there, and Germain tried to have a second bite of the cherry there, but brought out of the zone by Alice Fillon. McLean forced to cut back as Fillon was in there offside and dispossessed by Germain. Moves it up to Garon. Cutting up, trying to use her body position, and that one scrambled. Over is Kim Poirier with the fire. Walker was down and out, and I think that one got deflected, or she fanned on it. That one sent into the corner when Jennifer Walker was down and out, down on her side, stacking the pads, doing the best she could. Every moment's there, 9 minutes to go. Moved up to Lebel, who knocks it on further to Germain. Cut off by Clavel. And Bouchard in after it, misplays it, and gives a convenient out for the Carabin. Dubois off the bench, really trying to will her troops forward, the captain is. Duvin leaves it for Dubois. That one off of Gigi and into the corner. Boulanger. Good turn and good footwork there. But it's off Melody Bouchard, who now has it. Over the line. Bouchard trying to leave it for Clavel. Being rewarded here for some good play. That one on net, but ushered into the sidewall by Trevisan. Turned over, and that's Clavel. Lollygags on the puck is Clavel, but Melody Bouchard feeds her. Clavel with a good shot, just couldn't get in the corner enough. She had some daylight. Gigi's really pushing.
They're pushing, but they need a change, and that's what they're getting now, which will, or could have allowed the Carabin to get out, but now they're hemmed in.
Melina Waugh, round one, and then just throws it on net. Easily dealt with by Trevisan and picked up by Poirier. Poirier hits the referee. Is able to get it over to her defense partner in Riom. Back to Waugh. Waugh turning and firing, looking for Megan Magagi. Magagi stepping in. She'll take a shot at the dot. Another bite of the cherry. Can't get anything, and the puck is in the corner. The GG's back on it. Carabin trying to will their troops to get out of their own zone. As Jade Todd over to collect it. Good spell of pressure now for the GGs. As they get a change in. Defenseman changing. Todd now with it finds Bouillon. Bouillon with the clapper. She had some daylight on the near side. Ushered into the corner. Garreau as the Carabin send that one up, and the refs say that one is deflected. 7 minutes left to go, and some nervy action here at the Minto Sports Complex.
More opportunities at either side. I think the best one went to Kim Poirier, who was able to skate onto a puck that was sitting in the high slot. Granted, there were bodies all over the place between the puck and the goal, and it did hit one of those bodies, or it hit something and deflected out, but Jenny Walker was down and out, and the top of the net was open. And this one could still go either way, Declan, with 7 minutes.
Krasinski now with a blast blocked by Dubé. Dosu hot on the pursuit, but Dubé able to get it over to Dondo. Dondo looks up and finds Chasson. Chasson around Krasinski, but collected by Bouillon until she turns it over. Fancy little stick work there by Pouliot. Chasson over to Dondo. Blocked by Birkby, and you can hear the cheers from the University of Ottawa. As I mentioned, a lot of fresh faces on this program, and this would be a big character win against number 2 rated in the country, but there's still a lot of work left to do. Pouliot, that one deflected in front by MP Dubé. Collected by Daudelin. Set up the second and currently game-winning goal for the University of Ottawa GGs. Pressed by Pouliot until she goes down. There's Labelle. Bell in a cul-de-sac until she's able to get it over to Dondo. Dondo moves it back over to Labelle, who looks up, finds Germain. Forced outside by Melody Bouchard, but good job there to elude the pressure, and that's Garan. Moves it over to Nadeau, who slides it on over to to Dondo. That one sent out in front. No Carabin home to knock that one in the back of the net. There's Bouillon. And she'll just try and get it out of the zone. The GGs have been penned in here for quite some time as Labelle now on it. And McLean tries to get it past Nadeau. And on the second time of asking, she's able to do it. Forced backwards, though, and there's Daudelin. She'll fire it off the boards. And look at this, Alice Fillon in a foot race with Faubert. And Faubert is able just to get there in time. Fillon had Clavel in front. It was a developing 2-on-1. Needed to get over there was Faubert. Daudelin will hammer that one back into the zone. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. 2-1 for the University of Ottawa. Poirier under the press of Garreau is able to move it up to Dubois. Dubois shown a lot of promise in this one, but once again just can't get the edge. Lapensee there with the strong stick. Fillon now takes her time with it and flicks it only to the line. It's kicked in by Faubert as Fillon settles back on it. She rings it around to Lapensee. Lapensee looking up. She had Todd surging through the middle but can't find her. And collected once again by Lapensee. Harassed by Duvin. And Lapensee just able to get that puck out of the zone.
As this one's fired deep into the Carabin zone, I'll be interested to see when we see Les Bleus really shorten their bench, maybe even start shuffling some lines, putting some of their big guns all together to try to break through this Ottawa defense.
One player you'd expect to see is Duvin as a hard shove into the boards there was Garreau. Got all tangled up in the center of the ice with Duvin. That's Melina Waugh who turns the puck over. Lefebvre now, the goal scorer. Lefebvre looks up. She had Nadeau sneaking in all the way to the high slot. Just couldn't get any purchase on that shot. Lefebvre back on it. Shoved off by Bouillon as she's able to get the puck out. Chasing after it is Garreau, and she pokes it all the way down the ice. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
Here we're seeing that signature Carabin press now where they're really going to turn it on for these last 3 minutes.
Here's Gabou Perron. Backhand. Tries to slide it 5-hole on Trevisan. Trevisan shuts the door. Sent around looking for Chasson as she's able to get there, but only as far as Clavel. Krasinski in between Daudelin and Clavel, but no Carabin there to pick up the missed pass. Clavel using every ounce of her might as that one takes a deflection on the way through. A point shot by Daudelin. That one sent in behind by Bouchard as Gabou Perron tries to center it. And here's her opposite number in Chasson. She's forced to only dump it in. There's some tired legs out there for the Carabin. That one sent up and it hits the rafters here at the Minto Sports Complex with 2 minutes 37 seconds left to go in the third period here.
We start to take a look at Maud Trevisan in the goal of the Carabin. She will remain in her crease for now. As you said, 2:37. And now we're seeing the Labelle line out there. If someone's going to break through, it may as well be 13 in black, as she is one of the leaders in this program.
She's had a number of opportunities today to break that deadlock earlier on in the second period. Here's Poirier, mature leader out there in her 5th year. Moves it over to Dondo. Forced backwards, though, as the GGs trapping up the middle of the ice as that one is finally over to Germain. Germain, good body position to elude Birkby. She cuts right to the slot. Can't get her stick on that one to direct it goalwards. Labelle looks up, finds Dondo. Number 11 in black. Sends it wide. 14 and 13 colliding as Labelle emerges victorious. Over to Dondo. Dondo to Poirier. Poirier looks up and finds Garand. 2 minutes left to go and Trevisan still in her net. Poirier winds up. She had that earlier opportunity on the clapper. There's that one just sent in the bench by Birkby.
And I'm shocked, Declan, that Trevisan is still in her goal. 144 on the scoreboard right now. And that was as good an opportunity as you're ever going to get to pull your netminder. They were really in there. They had a nice zone established. If you added a 6th player in there, it could have really gotten dangerous. And now it looks like we're having a timeout called by the Carabin. And I'm wondering how much longer they're going to wait. It's inside 2 minutes. And you have some great zone pressure. Really shocked that they did not get Trevisan out of the goal.
And including the face-off that will come up right after this timeout to the right of Jennifer Walker. And you really got to credit her for the game she's had so far. At that little break, all of her teammates went over and gave her a little tap on the pads to say, keep up the good work. You're really keeping us in it.
No doubt, and this could also be a big one for Chelsea Grills, her first game as, well, it's the interim head coach technically, but the head coach nonetheless of this Ottawa program. And she is definitely going to want to pick up that victory. She's been around a long time with this program and, you know, around these leagues, and very deserving of having this opportunity.
Yeah, right you are, Graham. She took over the assistant coach role in 2017 for the University of Ottawa as Trevisan heads back to her net. I'm surprised she didn't make her way to the bench.
And also to know on the Carabin staff, Melody Daou, another very capable player. She's not here tonight, but she's on the staff nonetheless.
Fillon can't get it past Dondo as the same players remain out there except the forward lines have changed. Duvin, Boulanger, and Dubois out there. Trevisan hesitant. She wants to head off to the bench as La Pensée now has the puck for the GGs, headed up to center. She looks up and finds Elise Fillon. Fillon turns and dumps that one in. Hard in the chase is McLean. Can emerge with the puck as here's Kim Poirier. Experience head, and here comes Trevisan. Minute left to go, and caught offside there are the Carabins. So Trevisan will head back to her net.
Yeah, $1:09 left, and you know, at some point, yes, you're confident in your 5 skaters. You're confident in, you know, you don't want to give up another goal, of course, but at some point you have to say, isn't it worth the gamble to maybe lose by 2 goals while trying to get that tying goal instead of hanging on for a 1-goal loss? I was always big on pushing it, as now you guarantee that as soon as they're in the zone, Trevisan to the bench.
And there she goes. 1 minute left to go exactly now as that one sent up into the rafters. Germain tries to send it goalward. Vi doing all she can to keep that one away from her net. Behind it is Dubé. And emerging victorious with it is Megan McGaughey. She's staring down an empty net. Great shielding there by Nadeau, who loses her stick. GG's into the zone. 40 seconds left to go. Physical battle there along the half wall. This is not what the Carabins need. They need to get the puck going the other way. And here's Garin. Around Daudelin. She's cutting right to the net. Great defensive play there by number 2, Megan McGaughey, laying out and blocking that cross-seam pass. That one sent to the net. And why is Garot going for that? She had Megan McGaughey streaking, and McGaughey frustrated that whistle was blown. She goes right after the referee. 14 seconds left to go. She was convinced she was going to beat it out, and I'd have to agree with her.
I don't have really a problem with the referee blowing the whistle in that situation. I think the icing was the right call. Although I guess it wasn't, because now they're bringing the face-off to center ice. But really, I think the mistake has to go to Garot, because she had McGaughey with her. And we saw McGaughey make a really smart play at her own blue line before, where instead of just hammering it down the ice, she crossed the blue line and then got it across.
Crucial face-off there. It's won by the Carabins, but turned over immediately. Garot has a chance to redeem herself. Just 10 seconds left to go. Carabins needs something quick. They'll need a miracle. The University of Ottawa GGs will have beaten the number 2 ranked team in the country. And this program has shown a lot of growth, and you can see exactly what it means to them. On the bench, they're all celebrating as they go and congratulate Jennifer Walker, and rightly so. Walker with the game of her life, stopping everything but the soft one she let in, and just elation from the University of Ottawa and defeat on the other end. Montreal Carabins would have wanted this one. They had their opportunities, but it was a very even game.
Right, you are. It was an even game, and it was another 1-goal game, which we've seen so many of in the RSEQ this season. And I think a big win for this program, no doubt, and a big win for Chelsea Grills as she starts her U Sports head coaching career with a victory. That's really nice to see for her, someone who has been, we mentioned it only moments ago, around this program for a long time and around the conferences and the leagues for a long time. Very deserving, very happy for her.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of questions might have been asked right off the start with some of her roster decisions. She split up 3 players that were working extremely well together in Aubin, Fillon, and Melody Bouchard, but it worked out in droves for them, flipping the scoreline to what these 2 teams played to. This is the first loss for the Montreal Carabins in regulation. Their record now at 3-1-1. The scoreline of Carleton and McGill will decide the position there, and Ottawa improved to 2-2-1. So very big game across town. As I mentioned, this is the only game of the weekend for the University of Ottawa. The Montreal Carabins will travel back home to Montreal to play Concordia at Ed McConnell Arena on Sunday. Hot action here at the Minto Sports Complex. This one ending 2-1, a big victory for the University of Ottawa. A lot of fresh faces for Declan DeBarp and Graham Naismith. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.